You're watching Griffon Sports Insider, presented by Spine and Sport Physical Therapy. Now, here are your hosts, Brett Esely and Ryan Menley.
Hello and welcome. It's beginning to sound like a broken record, but it's not ever getting old. Another week, another step into history, Brett Esely.
Boy, it's a lot of fun. Let's keep making history. Griffon football plays in the Final 8, the national quarterfinals, and a date this Saturday at Minnesota State in Mankato.
We'll break that down in a minute, but first, let's look back on the Griffons' latest triumph. After two cardiac comeback wins in the last couple weeks, the total pain train slowed to total domination last Saturday at Henderson State. Arkadelphia, Arkansas, home of undefeated Henderson State. 10-0 Reddies, 11-1 Griffons, ready for round 2 of the NCAA Division II playoffs. Picking up first quarter, Griffs down 7-0, but not for long. Michael Hill.
Big hole, 10-yard line, puts his shoulder pads down, stays on his feet, dives for the pylon, touchdown, Michael Hill.
27 totes, 122 yards, over 2,100 now for the season for the Harlan Hill finalist. Kevin Rogers is a Harlan Hill finalist too, but tough day for the Henderson quarterback. Steven Juergens with his first career interception gives the Griffs the ball at the 16. That leads to a Travis Partridge 1-yard touchdown plunge. Griffs up 14-7. Into the first, Taylor Anderson, 45-yard field goal, money. Western by 10. Partridge, meanwhile, operating like a surgeon. 22 of 29 for 204 yards on the day.
The game plan was to come out, run the football, and I just had to pick up whatever was left. And our receivers, 1 through 9, bring around whoever out there, and they're going to make a play.
Reggie Jordan, he makes plays. Check out this touchdown snack. Griffs up 24-14 at this point. Final seconds of the half, stick to what works.
Left sideline, caught by Jordan, touchdown, Missouri Western, the back shoulder fade to Reggie Jordan, and the Griffons take a 3-score lead.
Western up 31-14 at the break. A Raphael Spencer 63-yard touchdown run made it 38-14 early third quarter. Henderson, meanwhile, they entered the game leading the nation in scoring at 53 points per game. The defense was all over Rogers. 9 pass breakups, 4 interceptions. This Mike Jordan takeaway leads to another Griffin score. Partridge, 30 touchdown passes on the season, 17 on the ground. This puts it way out of reach. The Griffins headed to the national quarterfinals for the first time in school history. 45-21 the final. And after 2 thrilling weeks of wild comeback wins, this one was just downright dominant.
To do what we did and kind of put them away. We had a lot of turnovers. The Henderson had not been turning the football over a whole lot. And I don't think they've seen a pass rush like ours, one thing. So just a lot of good players making a lot of good plays, and it results in beating the champion 45-21.
The play of the offense has been the same for the last couple weeks. I mean, we feel really confident right now. We're just making plays, and, defense keep giving us the ball.
Once defense got things rolling, they played into our hand a lot. All they did was throw the ball pretty much, and we knew with our front 4, our front 7 actually, they'll get the job done as long as we stay over the top.
I got 12 wins. We never had 10 before, and it's special. We got something special going on, we believe.
Joining us now, head coach Jerry Partridge. No matter when this season ends, it's special, no doubt about it. But have you had any time to just reflect and enjoy it, or is it just bang, 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 keep going?
I think the only time that I reflect and enjoy is probably the after the win until I go to sleep at night and then I can't sleep and I wake up next day and we get moving on to the next thing. I do think there was a little bit more of a 24-hour grace period after the Northwest win because it involved the conference championship, and there'll be time to reflect later as we're really kind of got ourselves in regular season mode. We're moved on to the next opponent.
Well, when you look at the last matchup, the thing that obviously stuck out about Henderson State was their high-octane offense. They led the country in scoring, have a great quarterback. You hold him 32 points under their average. We intercepted him 4 times. He's thrown 8 all year. He threw 4 on Saturday, 9 pass deflections. Defense really had a great game, didn't they?
I think so, and it's a little misleading, the total yard stats. They end up with 480, and I believe that 148 of it was the last 2 drives after we pulled out Peaster and Bass, and that, that's a little different animal. Not that against those other DNs, but that we'd kind of pulled the Dobermans off, and so they're able to move the ball a little bit better at that point.
Offensively, you did what you normally do, and your weapons continue to get more dangerous as the weeks go by. Reggie Jordan, 2 catches Saturday, 2 touchdowns, 23 catches on the season, 11 of them are touchdowns. It's to the point where everybody in the stadium knows when you're going to him, and it still doesn't matter.
Definitely, I am feeling like the go-to guy. Actually, they called that play especially for me, the second touchdown. So when they called my number, I'm like, hey, it's time to make a play. I mean, yeah, I've been feeling this way the whole way, though. That's the thing. I always knew I could do it. Coach is just calling my number. I'm just making the plays.
his confidence obviously very high, and everybody's just growing every week. That's kind of the entire team.
Well, Reggie's a tremendous receiver, and he's been a great blocker all year. I think he took a little step back in his blocking last Saturday, and he knows that. But he's certainly a red zone weapon, but he's a weapon everywhere. I think that obviously you can see the windows Travis is throwing the ball into with him, that he just really trusts him.
Couple big offensive plays, a lot of big offensive plays, a couple key ones in the first half. 17-14. You're driving down the field, had some penalties on the drive, 2 huge third down conversions, 3rd and 17, Travis to TJ Fannin, and then I think a 3rd and 9, Travis to Kyle Knox, and ultimately led to, I believe, Reggie Jordan's first touchdown. Talk about those plays.
Well, first of all, good protection in both cases. Gave Travis all the time he needed to find the open receiver, and then 2 great throws. One way down the field, the other one was almost as far down the field, but both great catches. I mean, it's good to see TJ. TJ's contributed in a lot of different ways this year, but finally to really see him in a passing game at a big moment, a big catch. I'm happy for him. Kyle Knox, again, his senior year continues to grow with everything that he's trying to get accomplished is being accomplished, and these things continue to get better for him as the year goes on.
Minnesota State, Mankato, have to go there next week, this week. It could have been Northwest here. Any preference on that? We were talking after the game. What would you rather see? It was kind of a mixed bag.
Yeah, it's, either way. I mean, I see the pros and cons of both. Obviously, if Northwest would have won, it had been a home game. Our crowd could have been there. But honestly, I didn't want to have to beat them twice. And I think we could have. I think we would have. But we don't have to. And secondly, though, the Minnesota State deal, it's somebody different, it's somebody fresh. However, we got to go on the road, and it's very, very close to the Arctic Circle.
Let's talk more about the trip to the Arctic Circle. We'll talk about the Mavericks of Mankato when GSI comes back.
I'm Fred Schunkweiler. I'm a physical therapist. I own Spine and Sport Physical Therapy. We treat athletes, we specialize in that, but the industrial athlete is somebody that gets hurt at work.
I'm a police detective with the city of St. Joseph.
I'm a welder.
I had shoulder surgery.
And ended up having to have back surgery.
Professional athletes, they make a livelihood on the field. Well, an industrial athlete, they make their ends meet at work every day. And if you get injured at work, you want to get back to work as fast as you can so you don't miss a paycheck. And we specialize in that, and we have the resources and the facilities to help you get back to work faster. That's what the pool does.
And the pool, I attribute the pool to a lot of the recovery and the speedy recovery to get me back to work quicker. I need to be back at work.
Therapy was wonderful, about 8 weeks straight of it, and I'm great. I'm back to work 100%, no pain at all. It is different. They take a different approach to it, but they help, and it works because they care, and they work really hard to get you back. They did a great job.
Spine and Sport Physical Therapy, your first choice, the right choice.
Well, we were this close to hosting Northwest at Spratt Stadium this Saturday. Instead, we're going on the road to Mankato. The Mavericks ended the Bearcats season last Saturday, 38-35 in double overtime. Preference? Well, Big Bo has no preference. It's time for the award-winning segment, the latest edition of Beat Boxing with Bo.
Stick 'em, ha ha ha, stick 'em. Stick 'em, ha ha ha, stick 'em, gonna put the beat.
Well, drum roll, please. It's time for Big Bo's big prediction. And Bo, it's getting really serious this time of year. Last week we went south. This week we go north. That's got to present some challenges, doesn't it? Well, okay. Well, at least give me some keys to victory. I know you're really locked in. Wait, I know you study tape all week long. You don't even have a couple of tidbits for me? Well, how about a score anyway? I mean, my goodness.
Missouri Western 1,125, Minnesota State 0.
1,125 to nothing. This is the quarterfinals of the NCAA playoffs. You know what? I'm not even going to ask you how you got there.
Total playoff pain.
Bo specifically said he wants his prediction to place right in front of your interview so you can react to it. He likes that better. And Bo is kind of just
his T-shirts are on sale.
We've had a discussion about his segment and his place, his spot as he called it. What award did he win, by the way? Award winning. I don't know what award.
He's up for an Emmy. I got that as an email next year.
Got a Bo award maybe.
A Boism.
Let's talk about Minnesota State. 12-0, champions of the Northern Sun Conference, averaging 38 points per game, allowing 17. Solid defense, takes the ball away a little bit. Offense, just like Missouri Western's, heavy rushing attack. Your thoughts on, is this almost a mirror image of two teams? Do you think that after seeing it on tape?
I think it's kind of a mirror image of what Duluth is, and so I felt like everybody felt like we were mirror images too. So the real similar statistics again, similar rushing yards, similar total yards, points allowed, everything's really, really close. And they have an excellent DN, great football player. Again, like you said, they take the ball away a lot. Offensively, they have a tall, mobile quarterback who can be effective in the passing game. They have an O-line that runs well. They have a couple backs that are good. They got a receiver that reminds a lot of Andrew Meade. I mean, so that's not good. That's not a good thing for Griffon fans.
Well, last week you headed south. Now we got to go north. And in December in Minnesota, you never know what you're going to get. Temperature looks like it's going to be okay right now. 48 degrees, chance for rain. It is also the first time this year going to play on grass. Does that make a difference at all?
Maybe. I mean, we're gonna go over on our grass practice fields that we have and work out throughout the week. And it'd been better to have it earlier in the year when there's before daylight savings, but we'll get out there, get some work done. And some of our kids, they're horrified about getting on the grass. And so I'm sure that Minnesota State feels like it's a big advantage for them.
Does it really affect speed, or is that just kind of a myth?
Well, I think it affects speed. I think you're faster on turf than you are grass. However, it affects both teams. So, I mean, they're both, you may look at a team on grass and say, man, they don't look as fast, but if you put them on turf, they look a lot faster. So it's all football. And we played against Southwest Baptist last year and really dominated them yardage-wise. We just turned it over and kept it close.
Of course, on the road again, and who really cares that you're on the road again? So far, 4 of your top 6 road opponents were ranked in the top 15 in the nation when you played them. You've outscored your opponents 252 to 114 on the road this season. This team likes going on the road, obviously.
Well, we've outscored our opponents pretty well, period. Except for about 3 games. But yeah, we've played pretty well on the road, no doubt about it. We got a veteran group, got very good leadership, and this is the 7th straight ranked opponent we've had to play. So I mean, it's going to be a difficult task.
Mankato has made national headlines because they've been without their head coach all season. Todd Hoffner, arrested in August, actually escorted off the practice field, charged with possession of child pornography. The case, though, has been very fascinating. The improper video in question came from his cell phone and was of his 3 young children, ages 5, 7, and 9, who were performing a dance after getting out of the bathtub. So Hoffner maintains it was a private moment. His wife stands behind him. There has been no other evidence of the contrary, and the case actually could be dropped. It's looking more in that way, maybe or maybe not. Your thoughts on a situation like that? Just I know that's kind of a loaded question, really nothing to do with football, but that's a tough deal. Have you ever been a part of anything like that?
No, I have not been a part of that.
That's good. That's good.
It's very, very unfortunate. I think this day and age and what we're in, I think everybody's very quick to judge in that category, no doubt. But I think there's been enough people down through the years that have gotten away with those type of things that I think we're just trying to play catch up. And I hope for his sake that it is totally innocent and he's not guilty, and then he gets off. And it just seems like a really crazy thing. And I know it's probably frustrating to him because he's having this great football team and not to be there. I've never met him, but I'm sure he's a good man.
Well, Coach P, you look at Saturday and the task at hand. Keys to victory in your mind?
Well, like every week, I think we can't turn it over. We need to take it away, which was huge last week. We're going to have to stop the run and not let them run like crazy all over us. And I think the mobile quarterback, again, is a big issue. I mean, that was it 2 weeks ago. Rogers wasn't as mobile. We made him run, and he ran it pretty effectively. It was more about what we did wrong in that process. But we can't let him go crazy. We got to get him on the ground. We can't let him extend plays.
Have you seen the Northwest game? I mean, they were up 28-7, 21-0. Northwest comes back to tie it. Have you seen?
I haven't had a chance to yet. I'm not quite done with I'm not to that part of the process yet. Usually we watch some things on defense first, and then we go to the game before, about after I get done shooting the show. So we'll watch that at that point. I do know that anytime you can beat Northwest Missouri, that makes you a very good football team.
Win, lose, or draw Saturday. Is this just, this is the greatest season ever, right? I mean,
well, it's been a great year. I've been a part of some great seasons. When I was a G at Notre Dame, we won the national title. And then when I was at Murray State, we actually won 11-2. But I do not believe, I know it's the case, I've never been a part of a 14-season year. I mean, 14-game season year. I mean, it's amazing to me that we've extended this long. To have a conference championship in the bag for sure, to be a national quarterfinalist, to be in the regional final. It's been special, but this is such a special group of young men I know none of us want it to be over, and I think the whole thing is we're going to fight and scratch and claw and play the very best we can, and I think if we play our best, I believe in our team every week.
Well, the good news for you is you're about done shooting the show, but it's your favorite part of the show, easily tantalizing trio.
That and beatboxing with Bob.
And you know what? This is the theme of 8 quarterfinals. There's only 8 teams left in Division II football that have a chance to win a national championship. Missouri Western State University is one of them. So with that said, all of these questions have an 8 theme. Coach P, pretty simple here. Have you ever watched either of the following sitcoms, 8 is Enough or John and Kate Plus 8? You ever watched either of those?
I watched 8 is Enough.
You watched 8 is Enough?
Sisters were 8 enough, 8 is Enough people, and I had to, back in those days, you didn't have several TVs in your household, and there wasn't a remote what was on, what was on.
Older sisters?
No, I have 3 younger sisters, but 8 is Enough is what our family did watch.
Bigger fan of the Big 8 or the Big 12 conference?
Big 12. I mean, Big 8 was when I was growing up. I liked it a lot about it, the holiday tournament, and it was a special league. But I think the Big 12, it was a great league, and it was very disappointing to see what happened to it happen.
And out of left field, because I was really struggling to find another question that dealt with 8. Do you drink tomato juice? If so, do you prefer V8, please?
I do not drink tomato juice.
You like number 13?
I like the number 13.
As in 13 wins?
Oh, yeah, I like that number. Yeah, I know where you're going at. I would love to have 13 wins.
Saturday.
Yep.
We'll see
All right, guys.
North.
Yep.
That's Jerry Partridge, Minnesota State, and the Griffins in a big battle in the national quarterfinals Saturday at noon. We'll be right back.
The most helpful physical therapist in the world on rocker shoes.
No.
This GSI Basketball Spotlight brought to you by the Missouri National Guard.
Got a nice ring to it. I guess every superhero need his theme music. No one man should have all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count the hours. Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the power.
Well, welcome back. While Griffin football continues its steamroll, Griffin hoops starts to pick up some steam itself.
Well, they are. The Griffin men are 3-2 on the season after going 1-1 in the Rockhurst Classic. They're back in action against Illinois Springfield this Saturday night in the Fieldhouse. Griffin women entered the week 5-1, suffering their first loss to MIAA foe Truman State last Friday in the Lincoln Thanksgiving tournament in Jefferson City. Griffins rebounded Saturday, defeating the host team Lincoln in their own tournament. Rob Edmondson's crew has a Tuesday home date with Quincy and will host Rockhurst this Saturday. Here's both coaches on the week ahead.
Well, we've got to take care of the ball better, and we've got to shoot it better, and we've got to execute better. Our defense is carrying us right now, but I knew it would, because I knew it was something I could bring in here and establish an identity, because defense is about effort, and it's about being tough. And we knew that we would get great effort out of these kids, because that's not an option. Toughness, they brought, and they have it, and that's something I'm proud of. Now we got to get better at basketball things.
You better show me in practice that you can contribute during the game, because I'm not putting you in there just because someone's played for 4, 5, 6 minutes and I'm going to take them out. And we will start. One of the things we'll use this week is our conditioning with the top 7 or 8, with everybody actually, but with everybody, so that 7 or 8. If I want to go with 7 or 8, those 7 or 8 can play for 40 minutes and don't need to be substituted for.
Hey sports fans, I'm Major Mike Roberts of the Missouri National Guard. For centuries, Missourians just like you have volunteered to be citizen soldiers to protect and defend our country and the great state of Missouri. We are the Guard. As a member of our team, you can benefit from 100% tuition assistance, an enlistment bonus, or student loan repayment. To learn more or to join our dynamic team, please contact your Missouri National Guard recruiter.
All right, we're here with Colt Schy, Missouri Western offensive line, here with a training drill for all offensive linemen. You know, the offensive linemen, they need to have impeccable footwork to be fast. And here at Missouri Western, they have a top-notch weight room using a Kaiser functional trainer. Colt's going to demonstrate an awesome footwork drill, a crossover step, so he can pull out in front of the running back. So Colt is attached to this functional trainer. This is a resistance machine that allows us to do these plyometric drills like this. Colt's going to go into his three-point stance here, where he's down. And this is his first step in leading for the running back. He's going to do a crossover against resistance, bam, and he comes back. Now he's going to speed that up. He's going to go twice real fast at game speed, but now we got the resistance, and the resistance is coming out, but the resistance is also pulling him back at a fast speed. So he's got to decelerate that. That's the beauty of this machine. We can work both sides of the spectrum, acceleration, deceleration, which allows us to get a better grip through that hip. Colt's also pass protection. He's got another drill where he's going to go into a pass set to help protect the quarterback. Same machine, same concept, different footwork though. He gets into his set, he goes back, there's the resistance. So as he goes back pedals, his glutes, his hips have resistance. One more time, Colt, as you go back. There's his glutes helping that motion. That's a functional task, a technique position that offensive linemen have to have. We're training it in the gym here at Missouri Western with this functional trainer. That's training like the pros at Spine and Sport.
So take my name, remember this face, keep the change and have a nice day.
Playoff train of total pain up north this weekend. The third-seeded Griffins taking on the top seed Minnesota State. It's a game of two very evenly matched teams, mirror images, if you will. Griffins riding a huge wave of confidence heading into their first quarterfinal game in school history.
It's really going to come down to who decides to show up and play the best, and we just need to go. We do have similar styles of quarterback and everything. We can run and throw. So we just need to show up and show that we're the better team.
Our confidence is high, it's a blessing to be able to keep playing, week by week. I've never won anything in my life, so winning the conference championship was a great feeling, and now it's just, like I said, it's a blessing to be able to keep playing.
There's a degree of satisfaction, but we like to say we're still hungry, and we are still hungry. There's a lot of more wins to be had. There's 3 more games, and it's the ultimate goal, and it's so close, and it's so close that you can almost taste it, and you just gotta keep moving forward. This season's been really special. It's been special to do this with our friends and what we consider a family, and it's something that you can have memories for the rest of your life. But we want to make more memories.
The game Saturday, 12 noon. If you can't make the trip, you can watch it live online at gogriffins.com. Just look for the link on the main page Saturday morning. And Brett, I like the way we're playing right now.
I do too. Hard to imagine we're going to lose another football game, isn't it? We've got 3 left. You win 3 more, you win the national championship. Tell you what, playing good defense, we're running the football, and we're taking care of the football. And every time we show up, not only do we expect to win, we expect to win big, and this team has.
Saturday, 12 noon. Let's get to the Pick'em segment.
Yes,
now.
Let's get to the Pick'em segment. I can't wait.
Max?
Who won this week, Max?
How are you, buddy?
Do I get it back?
Do we get the belt? Who gets the belt?
Come on. Huh? What?
Whoa.
Whoa, easy there, boss.
With you. Oh, Max doesn't like ties, apparently.
Oh, okay. You tied?
Well, yeah, we tied.
Oh, my goodness.
We both went
Wow.
2-1. It was a minuscule
That's mediocrity, yeah.
I'm still leading overall by 3.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Oh, you're back. Great.
Oh, there he is.
Okay. Well,
oh,
you
shocking.
done pouting? Okay.
You're
not on anybody's
Your pity
bandwagon
party's
this
over.
week, are you?
Thank you.
Okay.
Don't touch me.
D2 playoffs. Let's get to it. The Griffs Mankato winner gets the Super Region 2 winner. That's the #1 seed Valdosta State hosting the 2 seed Carson Newman. Who you got?
Two pretty good names in Division II football right there. Give me home field advantage. Valdosta State beats Carson Newman. Carson won a close game last week. Valdosta wins.
Max, who you got there? Tell me.
Can you pronounce either of those?
Max says Carson Newman.
He
I like
takes
Carson Newman. Other
Okay.
side of the
Wow.
bracket,
Wow.
#1 Winston-Salem and #3 Indiana, Pennsylvania.
You know, Winston-Salem, in the heart of NASCAR country, actually has a track and cigarettes. You like them light or wood grain filter? Give me Winston-Salem. They'll beat IUP.
I would agree.
Like your cigarettes.
I agree with that. #1 Colorado State Pueblo and the #6 seed West Texas A&M. No, no
They smoke
cigarettes.
cigarettes.
No, just
they legalize other things in Colorado. Yes. West Texas A&M, that's a good story right there. But you got to go with give me the #1 seed.
We're not going to get through this. I agree. All right, Big 12. #6 K-State hosts #18 Texas.
Cigarettes, Sansa Belts, give me Bill Snyder. They get back on the winning track, they beat the Longhorns.
Give me Texas to come back.
Wow, no way.
KU and West Virginia. 1-10 is KU. 6-5 is West Virginia. You go another round with West Virginia.
You going to pick an upset there? No dice. Geno Smith, he hadn't had a very good year after the early season. He gets back on track. Charlie Weiss goes 1-11, first year in Lawrence.
How about this? Alabama, Georgia winner gets Notre Dame in the national title game.
You know, Alabama's kind of supposed to be there. They got hicked up by Johnny Football. They won't get hit. They won't have a hiccup this week. They'll beat Georgia and they'll go play Notre Dame.
You think?
Does Missouri play this week?
No.
Oh.
No, they don't. You know who is playing? The Chiefs.
Oh, good.
They're playing this weekend.
Boy, what am I? I can't wait to see that on
1-10 Kansas
Sunday.
City, 2-8
Wow.
Carolina. Who you got?
Carolina. That's the easiest pick of the entire season right there. Are you kidding me?
You don't want to pick the Chiefs?
No. Pick the Chiefs, would you?
I'm going to pick the Chiefs.
Score.
I'm going to pick the Chiefs.
They could play 15-11 and they wouldn't score.
Max doesn't agree.
No.
Okay, well, that's not good for your job.
No
well,
dice.
That's Max
Carolina.
Griffin. That's Brett Esely. I'm Ryan Menley. Hey, that's GSI.
Wear your gold this week. Another exciting week. See you in the field house. See you up north. Go Griffs.
I am your physical therapist. My job is to crack the whip, push you. Got an ache? I've got the remedy. Muscles weak? I'll make you strong. Whatever it is, I will get you better. I'm Nikki Hilgenberg, and this is Spine and Sport.